So,
but honestly speaking, I have pride. For me, it's my default setting. I can't help it. So when people say kids not your parents, yeah, I know. I call it Godfidence. It's totally different.
I'm unique. I'm everybody's aspiration. I mean, people they fall as a
Deputy Jesus.
That's so. So what will I now say about myself now? Me, that is the force that beautifies all. Once I just enter the room, beauty begin fall. Anybody, even if ugliness they your side, you know,
you twinkle like the star.
Beautification. So
we have a winner.
We have a winner already.
So let's not go there.
Okay, let's not go there. But there was this thing I read online about a woman. She's 45, and she got married to a guy that is 25.
Wow.
And often we do hear things like age is just a number. So the thing actually, I began thinking, is age really just a number? Because this woman, 45, getting married to a young guy that is 25. Some people say it's child abuse. To me, it's not child abuse because the 25-year-old guy is an adult. Okay?
Yeah.
So, but is age really just a number?
That's a big one, oh. As in 45. You know, I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, so if my son is 25 and comes and tells me that I want to marry a woman, I'm in love, and I ask, okay, where the love carry you go? And he tells me I want to marry a woman that is 45. I'm just saying on my head now, would I agree?
You don't want to.
Or you know, and all that. But again, if you think I'm from the other side, it is his decision. I believe any young man that decides that I want to get married, the young man already has a picture of what he wants in his mind. So if that 25-year-old, with all the butter, correct, age mates waiting they see,
now that's 45,
you know, and all that. So I think it's okay. I think it's okay. It's what the person wants. Yeah, that's me.
So if it's your son, you allow him to get married to you?
If it's what he wants. You know, parents, we always say what we are after. Our children's happiness.
Yeah.
So you have to find out, does this person actually make my son happy? If that is the goal, go on, son.
But you know, it's a very wide conversation because at times, you can be with people without knowing their age. Sometimes you relate with people for over 10 years. You've never bothered to ask, how old are you?
Yes.
But you see that these are people.
And some people actually look younger.
Yes. They're people of like reasoning. People are bonding well. So why spoil everything?
Yeah, because of age. Yeah.
You understand? Why bring up that conversation?
Yeah.
So I feel it should be normal. You know, just marry the person without asking how old are you.
How can you marry someone without asking how old are you? I'm not sure it's possible.
If that disrupts the conversation, why start it?
Exactly.
You've had a perfect relationship for 10 years.
But people ask you, you know, when we talk about these things, people will definitely ask you. For example, when you're getting married to someone, it's not just about you, especially for those of us in Africa.
Yeah.
You have your parents, you have your siblings, you have your uncle, you have your auntie. In fact, these people, they carry the marriage for head, past you. So they ask you, how old is this lady? Especially by the time they look at you, you're like, let's say this lady senior this guy. They ask you, how old is this lady? So it's not just about you, right?
Yeah, but the big question is, what does the age
have to do with that? What does it add to that?
Because before the age, there has been. Nobody starts a relationship with you by asking you how old you are. Nobody starts that. That's normal. You start relating with people, then at a point, you feel you need to know their age. But my question is, what does the age bring to the table?
At least we know what money brings to the table. So what does age?
Maturity. So people also believe that age goes with maturity, right?
Yeah, but before you want to marry someone, you must have related with the person. The maturity judgment has been done without age. The maturity judgment,
because actually some people are old in age, but they are not really so matured. You know, they still behave like a child.
So just off my head. So Jesus was in this world for 33 years. So would you think that if Jesus wanted, sorry, Jesus, I know you don't marry, but I'm just putting it in perspective. If Jesus wanted to marry, would Jesus marry a 33-year-old person? No, because his wisdom was too much for the 33-year-old person to have even imagined what this man was talking about. In fact, if he starts that conversation, it will be like, I remember me particularly when I was young. when I was young, when I started, wanting to date, I always used to say that I can't date somebody my age, because I had this sense of, I was dealing with my older brother's mates. My older brother was like 6 years, 7 years older than me. So I was having that picture that anybody I had anything to do with would be somebody that giving me like that 6, 7. And it happened. Like all the guys I was like having anything to do with, but I now wanted to get married. That's what I'm saying. It has nothing to do. I got married to an old man. But that man is just a year older than me.
Yeah.
So he's within my level. But you sit with him and
it's as if you're communicating with this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are talking to. So it's not like Dixon rightly said, what does age bring to the equation? Remember those days, our mothers, they were 18, 16.
And our fathers, some of them were 40.
And they were 40. And our mothers were able to even adapt. We are talking. My mom was 18 when she got married.
Wow.
She has been married for 50-something years. And they are still married.
Yeah.
So, what does age actually bring to them?
But we also have to look at the uniqueness of, I will start from the example our parents when they married. The concept of marriage then and the concept of marriage now, it's not like marriage has changed, but the way people understood marriage. People were looking at who could submit. They thought submission was more about the age. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, how can I talk? Someone that, this person is my younger sister, I can talk to this person. So you are scared, that ego that you need someone that obviously you can easily be on top of the person. So it's encouraged the high age, but we've grown up to understand that reasoning, understanding
does not come with
age.
But another thing is our environment. Africa, our environment gives age comes with an expectation. You can't rule that out.
Yes.
That's where you cannot completely say age is.
It's just a number.
Yeah, because age comes with an expectation.
Yeah.
Because
so there are some things they're like, no, we expect you. You are older.
To a certain level. Yeah. When you get to a certain age, there are certain things people expect you would have gotten or you would have done. But I dare to say...
It also comes with the pressure, of course.
No, I dare to say that is man's conception.
Yes, of course.
That is man's conception.
But does he actually... But it doesn't make it wrong.
But there's something about expectation. Expectations most times are not written down.
Yes.
Whether you say there's expectation or there is automatic expectation. You understand? And expectation comes with pressure.
Yeah.
It comes with its pressure. So you don't need to do anything for there to be expectation. All you need to do is to live. To exist. So there's an expectation from a man. There's an expectation from a woman. There's an expectation from a child. There's an expectation from an adult. That's why what a child will do and you overlook. If an adult does that,
you don't do
that. So as you begin to grow, because you cannot say that age is, in this context, you can't say age is just a number. Because you are permitting a child to do something, but you're not permitting an adult. Why? Because they're not of the same age. So the expectation changes the conversation.
Yes.
So in the Bible, someone says, when I was a child, I thought as a child. Expectations comes with age. So age is not just, it comes with a level of responsibility, because those expectations are responsibility.
So talking about the child, we're going to go on a very short break, and when we return, there's a question I'm going to be asking. It's still the conversations we need to have. Do not go nowhere. So welcome back. So we were so excited when we started the show, so I didn't get to introduce myself or others introduce themselves. My name is Kingsford in Guinea.
And my name is Ned Dixon.
My name is Chinwe Obiwankwo, popularly known as Mommy Jed.
Mommy Jed. When I say only me and you don't get popularly known as, I'm popularly known as King of the Airwaves. Okay, so you are saying something, and we are talking about his age. really just a number. Now, there's this particular, respect we expect from a child to accord to an older person. So if we say that age is just a number or something, then how do we now explain this? Because a child is expected, to behave a certain way, when he sees or when she sees an adult. I don't know, Mami, can you help me?
Okay, I think particularly that's about culture. Yeah. It's about culture because truth of the matter is that there are some people that don't have that culture. For them, respect is reciprocal. Everybody deserves to be respected. So they tell you that it's not just about old or young. Even in normal sense of the word, everybody deserves to be respected. Yeah. But because of where we come from, we have our cultures, we have our traditions, we have our, regulations that regulate where we come from. So they tell you normally, yes, there is respect for everybody, but the younger one is meant to respect the older one because of the place of experience, because he has or she has been where you have been to. So because of that, as Africans, we have a respect culture whereby you as the younger one, it is you that gives the respect to the older one. So it's a culture thing. So it's not the same everywhere. Yes. It's just an African thing, which is very good if you ask me that to a certain. So because of the level, the parameters of getting things done decently and in order, that's why it is said that the younger one should respect the older one.
Okay, before I come to you, you talked about age and experience, but does age really mean experience?
Okay, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how we want to look at it. The Bible says that Methuselah lived 969 years. And it tells us that Solomon was the wisest person, and Solomon didn't live up to that age. But there is no way the wisdom of Solomon can take away that experiential knowledge. Do you understand? Yeah. No matter what it is. It's not that there are some, like I said earlier, there are some old people that are not mature, but you cannot take the place of that experience that this person has lived for that certain life. So there are some expectations that if you live in this,
you're supposed to have known and seen.
There are some certain things you might have known and seen. So that place of experience, you cannot take it away. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Just to add to that, there's a reason why you correct a child and you less correct an adult, because you expect with time this person should have known.
Yeah.
So this person is doing this, the person. But a child, you give the child the benefit of the doubt and just try to do what you can do. No, don't do that. Don't put your hand in the fire. But if you see an adult putting his hand in the fire, you say, okay, we just wanted to toast his hand. You don't go rushing the child.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between a child and an adult when you're talking about experience. As long as you've stayed there more, you should be more experienced. You've seen, you may not be doing well. In fact, you not doing well is an experience.
Exactly.
You understand? That's why it's not just.
I love that. Saying you not doing well is an experience. So someone can actually learn from the fact that you can tell someone that this is the reason, or I've seen this, I've seen this.
There are stages and phases in life.
Yeah.
That's for the fact that you're not doing well doesn't mean you will not do well.
Yes.
So because you have passed through that road, you have that experience to give to that person.
Yeah.
Just as she was talking about different phases in life as it regards what we are discussing. That's why when we're talking about making excuses for children and not for adults, you consider the phase people are at the point in their life. That's why most times as if crime rate is more at youthful age, teenage age. Because at times we don't understand the workload on teenagers and youths, because they transform a child to an adult. They transform an irresponsible being to a responsible being who does not have any excuse to fail anymore. So you are, that weight is upon a teenager. That weight is also the mistakes, you know, the errors, the ability to try new things. Is upon them. So at times a teenager does not even know when I'm an adult, when I'm still a child. He needs to start understanding that and you know, begin to equate life. And that's where we talk about imbalance in life and balance in life. It also, when we talk about respecting an elder too, Africa puts up that type of notion because there needs to be societal balance. If there is too much disrespect, there will be a level of societal imbalance. You won't be comfortable around disorder. There will be high level of disorder. So Africa is in a way tries to create this societal balance by saying a child, when you see an elder, you know, you don't just look up to the elder's face. You don't, from where I come, you don't do that. You throw a normal salutation to the elder. Yes, because it gives the elder a hand to start a conversation or to greet you, because this is someone you know. He's not a stranger. I'm not talking about greeting saluting a stranger, but this is someone you know. Maybe your father's friend or your uncle's friend, and you can't see the child, you can't see the uncle's friend, and you're looking at the uncle's friend on the face. You know, you don't do that. From where I come from.
Where you come from.
You throw a salutation for the regard I have for my dad, for the regard I have for my uncle, and for the fact that I know you are older than me. You understand? Good morning. It's not just, it's a weight that comes with that. So you throw out that salutation so that the other person, in response, you understand? Because at times it can be a bit odd to start a conversation because of where we are coming from. To start a conversation with a younger person who has not thrown a salutation. You may want to start, but it may look odd because of the way you were brought up. Now we can't change Africa. We can't change Africa. It has nurtured us. It has kept us together.
No, but at the same time, I have to jump in there. At the same time, there's a way I remember those days, even when you as a young person doesn't greet an adult, the adult turns to you and said, "Auntie, good morning, ma." So when the adult does that, you will factory reset. So there's a place for teaching. Let's assume the person doesn't know. Let's assume that is, you know. So it's not a case of probably that those days your mother, or when you are there and you don't greet, they will say
or you are done eating.
Yes, or you are done, you know, they tell you, "Auntie, good morning." So for you to know that there was something you were meant to do that you didn't do. So again, like I said, that's this age thing, this age thing, the truth of the matter is that it's we ourselves that put ourselves under unnecessary pressure because of this age thing. You see people that will tell you that this young girl didn't greet. I always say, if they didn't greet you, greet them.
Greet them back.
If they didn't greet you, greet them. Yes, the African mentality is there. But again, in as much as we try to uphold our culture and uphold our value, we should also teach our children to respect everybody. Because if you see now, because of this thing, most times younger ones don't have respect for themselves. Even the older one. No, because this thing is a triangular thing. Older people don't respect younger people.
At all.
You know, they don't think about that these people are also human beings that have feeling. So it's because of this thing of we must always respect. Respect is reciprocal. For everybody.
It's for everybody.
Everybody should be respected. That's my own stand on this.
We need to draw a line between respect and intimidation. You know, a lot of young people, there are reasons why some young persons don't greet some elderly ones, because it opens a window. Now, there are some persons you need to shield yourself from. There are some persons, you know, like when you're raising a female daughter, you advise the daughter, if you see this type of, as much as possible, avoid the conversation. So she doesn't go about greeting that type of, the greeting opens window for a conversation. So she tries to avoid. It's not like she would disrespect. So at times we can also understand it from that light, because some persons are there to exploit. You don't know how naive the young girl is still. You don't know, you're still raising the girl, she's not yet up there. So to give them that level of protection and not allow people intimidate them. At times it can give room. Even growing up, it's not really all the elder that you are expected to. It's an elder that shows himself an elder. It's an elder that shows himself. At times you need to separate yourself from, maybe like if you see an elder that have a rep history. You understand? You caution your daughter. Say, please, so even if you have a way, yes, if you have, because you don't know what,
just wave and pass.
Start, yeah,
but uncle, in all of that, you will still teach your children
of course,
to respect people.
Of course.
Teach your children. Teach yourself to have respect for. You can greet the person and run away. You don't have to stand there for the person
but that's for an adult. No. But at times a child does not know what to do in some situations.
And you as a father, as you are telling them, don't tell them, don't run away. Tell them greet. It's a good morning. Give him also that we get that. But actually, whole essence is that we should be, respect is very important. And that's not taking us from the topic, which is age. Age being a number. But all these are all encompassing in age. There are some people that tell you, I know a particular, okay, I will tell you a story that happened recently. So, like you were saying, young people, you know how young people, like when you start raising teenagers, that's the hardest part. If you ask me, that's the hardest part, raising children, because at that point they are coming into their own. So I was speaking to a teenager that is soon to be an adult yesterday, and she told me something. She said she used to think every adult was against her, but now she's no more around that space. She had moved out to somewhere, so now she has another perspective. And she was talking to me. I said, Mama, I have grown. I don't know if you're understanding. I have grown. So once she was within that space, the space was claustrophobic for her. As in, everybody, she just sees everybody as her enemy. But now she's out of that space. She's living like an adult now. So she's saying that really those things they were telling me there was not bad. It was actually for my good. So that's what I'm telling you. It depends on the side you're looking at it from. It depends on your perspective. Age can be a number to other people, but age is life to some people.
Yeah. So there is no age limit to success. There is... because sometimes people fall into undue pressure. I'm this particular age. I should have been able to achieve this. I should have been able to. People need to understand that people's timing
are different.
They are different. You know, and there is no age that you can be in that you cannot actually start something new. Because some people like, I've passed the age to do, probably to start a new business, to start a new career. You can always still start again.
There's a question that I normally ask. I say, how do you say this person did not make it? This person made it. I mean, for someone that
what's the parameter? Yes.
For someone that is still alive.
Yes.
Because I've seen people start very late. When we were primary school, you see this person is always taking first. This one is coconut. But as we grow up, you see the issue coconut. I mean, he's
thriving in other areas.
He's the big guy. Some of them have become even academically more excellent than those that were better than them. Just because there's something about the way we were built differently. Some started early.
They call them early light risers and late bloomers.
So we have to understand that
times and seasons.
Exactly.
Times and seasons.
I think we need to call it a wrap on this conversation. But of course, you can go to the comment section and you drop: is age really just a number? But let's just leave this question in yes or no. Mommy Jade, is age just a number? Yes or no?
Yes, it's just a number.
Dixie.
Yes or no? So there's no yes and no.
Yes or no?
Okay. It will tilt more towards yes.
Okay.
It's just a number.
Okay.
Yes.
To me, I think it's a yes too. It's a yes too. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversations we need to have. Today we talked about, is age really just a number? So age can be a number And age sometimes is not really just a number. But I'd like to hear from you. Slide into the comment section, drop your comment. Is age really just a number? Please, you can also paint a scenario for me or for us to actually understand whether age is a number or not. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and see you next week.